Hi, good morning. This is Linda Easton with Linda Easton Coaching. And today we're going to feel it like it is. This is the way I come to work, and I'm sure that you're sitting there in similar attire. And I just wanted to, put it out there that this is what's real. And what we're going to talk about today is your ideal day. Now, in my ideal day, this is what I'd be wearing. So, I love working from home. I love being able to just create in my own space and be in this beautiful place that I live. And I have, if you can see, there's kind of some light over here because this is all windows, and I have a wonderful view of the valley, and it's what I love doing. And so part of my ideal day really is being in a place that is special and being in a place that brings me joy just to walk into it. And if you're not sitting in that kind of place, we're going to talk about that during the Women Mean Business group coaching that we're going to be doing together. I hope that you're going to be doing that with me, where we're going to talk about how to create not just your ideal day, but this is where it starts, but just how to create that ideal life and how to make that all happen. But let's start with your ideal day, because as I put up here in the corner here, if you don't define it, how in the world are you going to create it, and how are you going to live it? So if you haven't done this, and I'm guessing that you haven't, this is the time to do that. This video is going to be really short. It's only going to take, maybe 5 minutes, a little more than 5 minutes. And then I want you to sit here for just a second after watching this video and literally write yours out. Now you can take notes from mine, but your business may be different than mine, maybe a different kind of business than mine. Mine is about coaching. Mine is about reaching out to people and helping them make their dreams happen. Yours may be that same thing, only in a different kind of industry. You may be doing, healthcare. You may be doing EFT. There's so many things you could be doing, and your day may look very similar to this as far as what it takes to make your business work. Now this is just the second video. Hopefully you watched the video yesterday. This is the second video in a little 4-part series leading up to a webinar that we're going to have on Monday, April 5th. I'm going to look at my calendar, April 4th, sorry. Monday, April 4th in the morning. And we're going to go through a lot more detail about this. It's a free webinar you're going to sign up for, hopefully, and I'll see you there. But we're trying to lay the foundation for that webinar and have you do a little of the work ahead of time. I do this webinar live as a live event, this Women Mean Business as a live event, and I take about 7 hours because we do a lot of interaction. But with the webinar, we're going to kind of lay the foundation a little bit, and then the webinar will be about an hour. So you can see that I need to pack some of the information and the pre-work in, and that's what we're doing in these preliminary 4 videos. So here you go. Are you ready? When you write out your ideal day, obviously take a piece of paper, and you can do it in your calendar if you want. It'll give you a good example. Once again, my calendar, because I use a paper calendar, has a blank sheet at the beginning of every month. And in that blank sheet, remember the exercise we did yesterday where we do the monthly evaluation? That's where I write those 5 categories on that sheet. And you could also write your ideal day so that you keep going back to it and saying, I'm really off track. Maybe I'm not living the dream. I'm not preparing. I'm not focusing and having clarity about what my ideal day is about. And once you get off track, as I mentioned yesterday, I talk to people all the time who say, yeah, I was really busy and now I'm not busy anymore. Well, because you're not marketing all the time, right? And we have to be marketing, and I'm going to use that word, and we'll talk about that definition of that later. But you have to be marketing all the time in your business, not just working with your clients, although that's why we do our business, right? We want that fun thing of working with our client, and that's what we're really in it for. But we do have to take time for ourselves, and we have to take time to do other things, and we have to take time marketing. So this is what you need to do, and you'll see that the bulk of the day can really be on what you love about your business. But you need to start off, and I don't know when you get up, but so write that out when you get up, and maybe you'll see that you run out a day before you run out of stuff to do. So you'll need to assess that. You'll need to think about that. But you want to start your day really with, and I call it my morning ritual. Now this can include, as I have here, it can be journaling, it can be exercise, it can be reading and meditating, and some people, this is when they do their morning devotionals, and so it really has, whatever puts you in to that great mindset to launch your day so that you perform at your highest level. And if all you do is just pop out of bed and you're getting the kids off, or, and you're doing this and you're running around and you don't take time for this, your day will show it and your business is showing it. So this is where you show up. This is where you start your day and really make it happen. You'll notice that it doesn't say run to your computer or pick up your phone and read your email or your social media. That is a definite no-no. Definite no-no. Do not do that. You can break that habit. You developed that habit and you can break that habit. And that's where you need to get, once again, into the space of your head where you are your most powerful. So then, what a lot of people don't talk about, I watch a lot of webinars and I see people talk about this. We don't talk about the stuff the kind of the maintenance things in between. So here, I notice I wrote shower and have breakfast and have lunch and have dinner. Now, for women, most of us, we have to actually prepare those meals. So we can't just sit down and all of a sudden, someone brings us a meal. We actually have to prepare those. So you need to have that time built in to that. And some people take longer to shower than others. Some people have more maintenance. I just got my hair cut and you'll see that there's very little maintenance in this. It'll grow out. That's what I always say. Hair grows, so I'm okay with it. But know that you need to write those things on your calendar because you really do have to make time for those. And if you're one of those people that says, I'm always late. I'm always late to things because you don't allow enough of that cushion for the personal stuff that you have to do. And you go, oh my gosh, I got to leave in an hour, and I'm still on the phone, or I'm still looking at social media, and I'm still doing this. And then you say, oh, I have to take a shower. And then you're late to every appointment. Start calendaring those things in. The more thought you give to how your day is constructed, perhaps that will help you with that chronic lateness that you're experiencing. So just a little tip, every little bit helps. So then, a very, very important part of your day is making your calls. And every business, I don't care what you're doing, you need to get on the phone and call people. You need to stay in touch with your prospects and your clients and your past clients. And the only way you can do that really, really powerfully, yes, we're going to talk about email and social media and that kind of thing, but you really need to make some phone calls. So I have XX here because, once again, much more detailed explanation in the group coaching we're going to be doing. But only you can determine how many calls you need to make your business operate at the income level that you want it to be. So if you're, you know what your clients are worth, and there's a whole formula to it that we'll get into later. So that's why I just have XX calls, because you just have to schedule in time to make those calls, and we'll talk a lot more about that later. Then checking your email, and you'll notice I put 5 minutes, because the rule here is, are you ready? That when you first look at your email in the morning, that you open your email and all you're scanning for are the people that are calling you back, emailing you back, because the people you call them and they email. And this applies to texting as well. So you're just looking for people who you're trying to connect with. Not all the other stuff, not the fluff that comes in that that's like, oh, another seminar or another this or another that. Even this video you're going to get this morning, but it's later in the day, so maybe you'll read this one actually later in the day. But you're just checking your emails for those important ones, and that's it. You answer those, you can reply to those, but don't sit down and get all hung up in your emails. Just scan it and then move on. 5 minutes max. Okay, set a timer Remember, I've talked about this before. If you've watched any of my videos before, you must have a timer on your desk and time yourself for all kinds of activities, and it'll really help you keep on track. The more aware you become of how much time things take, the more powerful it will be for you. We're getting close on time here. Then you have a block of time during the day for projects, whatever those projects are. Well, you know, for me, it's making these videos today. I'm going to make 3 videos today that I'm going to release today, tomorrow, and Monday morning before the webinar. And so today, that's what my project is to release these videos. Then you know, you got to go to lunch, and sometimes those lunches are a network, which is powerful. If you can, you know, if you know you're out and about, you know, make appointments with people, even if it's just, you know, even if you're just touching base with friends. You know, meet people and network when you have lunch, wherever you are, whenever you are. In the afternoon, sometimes after lunch, that's when I've been thinking, I've been sitting and thinking, and that's when I'll write my blogs. Now, I have my blogs all written out for every week for the rest of the year. I have my ideas already out there, and then I can just sit down and write blogs, you know, as they come and get those ready. But projects and clients, once again, this is a time that if you have client appointments, you could either do the client appointments here or do them up here. Kind of depends on, once again, your energy level, your kind of business, that kind of thing. So this kind of applies either in the morning or the afternoon, and have those blocks of time, probably 2 hours and 2 hours kind of thing. We'll talk in more detail about that later too. And then I always have to schedule time for continuing ed, because I'm just an avid learner. Whether I study people that I've studied before. I have all kinds of notes and workshops that I've been to and things like that. And so I'm constantly doing my continuing ed. And so I always want to schedule time for that. And I literally do that every day. I mean, I have to do that every day. It kind of feeds my soul. So and it helps you, by the way. It helps me grow for you, and that's where it comes. Because growth is on the other side of your comfort zone. So unless you're pushing yourself and learning new things and trying new things and doing new things, you're not growing. And so in your business, you got to be growing. You have to be growing for your business to grow. Then usually in the afternoon, then around 4, so you have time to reply to people maybe before their day is over. That's when you read your email. And you can read your social media. Once again, set a timer, because, you know, I don't want you going down that rabbit hole of spending too much time on social media during the day. So all you're looking for, once again, are those connections that you're making. And also that's the time when you're placing your input into social media, whatever media you're using and how you're using it. That's when you're doing that kind of work. If it's just reading and checking up on family, that all happens way down here. That is not during this work time. And then, of course, you have to have dinner and prepare dinner and all that stuff. And reading and writing, you know, that's also in the evening. If you're like me, that's when I read the most books. You know, I read at least a book a week or a book every couple of weeks, depending. And then if you're writing, journaling, that's another thing that some people journal in the morning and some people journal at night and some people do both. Your gratitude journals, all those things. We'll talk about those more later as well. Well, I hope this has been helpful, and remember, what is your delivery? This is the reason I have the word delivery here. What method of delivery are you doing to reach out to your clients? How do you actually interact with your clients? That's your delivery, and so those have to work into that project time or that client time. So hold that thought, and I will see you tomorrow on another video, which is going to take this to a whole new level, and I look forward to seeing you then. This is Linda Easton with Linda Easton Coaching. Take care.